It's 2024, and these are the contribution limits for every type of retirement account that you might have access to in the United States. These increases aren't record-breaking like last year. Inflation is a little tamer now, but there are still increases across the board, and that's a good thing for savers. So let's get into it. And at the end of this video, I'll tell you how much a typical American household could sock away this year into a combination of these tax-advantaged accounts. Spoiler, it's a lot of money. All right, here we go. The traditional IRA contribution limit is $7,000 in 2024. This is a $500 increase from last year. Those age 50 and older can contribute an additional $1,000. The Roth IRA contribution limit is $7,000. This is a $500 increase from last year. Those age 50 and older can contribute an additional $1,000. The spousal IRA contribution limit is $7,000. This is a $500 increase from last year. Those age 50 and older can contribute an additional $1,000. The self-directed IRA contribution limit is $7,000. This is a $500 increase from last year. Those age 50 and older can contribute an additional $1,000. The SEP IRA contribution limit is 25% of the first $345,000 of employee compensation up to $69,000. This is a $3,000 increase from last year. There are no catch-up contributions. The simple IRA contribution is $16,000. This is a $500 increase from last year. Those aged 50 and older can contribute an additional $3,500. The 401k contribution limit is $23,000. This is a $500 increase from last year. Those aged 50 and older can contribute an additional $7,500. The solo 401k contribution limit is $69,000. This is a $3,000 increase from last year. Those aged 50 and older can contribute an additional $7,500. The 403b contribution limit is $23,000. This is a $500 increase from last year. Those aged 50 and older can contribute an additional $7,500. The 457b contribution limit is $23,000. This is a $500 increase from last year. Those age 50 and older can contribute an additional $7,500. The health savings account contribution limit is $4,150 for individuals and $8,300 for families. This is a $300 increase from last year for individuals and a $550 increase from last year for families. Those age 55 and older can contribute an additional $1,000. So those are all the contribution limits for 2024. I should mention that some of these accounts may have restrictions, including income restrictions, that may make you ineligible to contribute or to take a tax deduction. So talk to a tax professional if you're unsure. Now let's turn our attention to a typical American married couple to find out how much money they could save into tax-advantaged accounts this year. I'm going to assume that Mr. and Mrs. typical American couple are both employed and both have access to a 401k at work. They're both less than 50 years old, and for health insurance, they are both covered under Mrs. typical American couple's high deductible health plan, so they're eligible to contribute to an HSA. So how much tax advantage space do they have? Let's take a look. Mr. typical American couple has a 401k in which he can contribute $23,000, a Roth IRA where he can contribute up to $7,000, and that's a total of $30,000. And then Mrs. typical American couple also has a 401k, $23,000, a Roth IRA where she can save $7,000, and an HSA where she can save $8,300 for the family. That is a total of $38,300. Together, they have a whopping $68,300 of tax-advantaged space available to them where they can put money in 2024. That's a lot of space to save in tax-advantaged accounts. Now, some people can actually max all of these out. And if you can, if that's you, well, you should. As for the rest of us, well, we have a nice big number to aim for, don't we? Let's keep working on boosting our income, cutting our expenses, and let's fill these accounts up as best we can. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and check out this next video that I think you'll enjoy as well. It's about investing to keep ahead of inflation. At 3% inflation, your cost of living will double in roughly 25 years. Conversely, at 7%, your investment will double in 10 years.